Hello and welcome to the Supremacy 1914 Universe Gladiator Arena post-game discussion. I am Mighty Beniah, and with me is the Baron of Buttlippen, the Emperor of Foot Enemas, and the potentate of posterior popping, the king himself, Spankerton. How are you doing today, Spanky?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for the intro, my friend.
Absolutely. So quite a game that we had this past week.
Yeah, no kidding.
You
Harrowing, one might say.
I was so in one of your videos. I think it was for the Universe game. You mentioned, "Oh, I thought we were winning, and then I thought we were losing, and I think we're losing again." And I have to echo that sentiment. It was back and forth, and there for a long time, I didn't know who was going to come out on top.
Yeah,
But so overall, since this is goal of the whole thing wasn't, hey, we want to play each other and just see who's the better team. It was overall to get a better feel for what works and what doesn't, and learn lessons for future games, for future challenges. So,
yeah.
what do you think are some of the big lessons that you learned, not only from this one, but just overall things that you've learned about challenges in general and how to better play them?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of big lessons really. So alliance play, we can really, I think, definitively say is a whole new ball of wax. It's just an entirely different beast than anything we've played before. So for example, in the past, I've always played sort of a passive Viking king sort of leadership uh, role, which is sort of every kingdom in my alliance is sovereign, and you can do what you want. We support each other, but overall, every duke is his own king, sort of thing. That's not going to fly in this kind of play. This kind of play needs laser focused coordination. It needs beachheads timed down to the minute. If you're coordinating attacks in, they need to be timed together. It really requires a lot of precision above and beyond anything we've seen before. So that's the first thing, is just being able to act as a team. Huge. And along
Mm-hmm.
those same lines, we got a lot better at sharing resources. So I've never played much of a sharing resource kind of game. We do it a little bit in regular games, but in this particular game, the way the resources are distributed, one of our players had more steel, another had more wood, one of our players had a lot of energy, and so we actually set up a channel that was specifically just screenshots of our resources. And we just said, every time you get online, please take a screenshot of your resources and post it on this page. And what that allowed us to do would be like, hey, Batrick, can you send me over a couple thousand oils? So by the middle of the game, we got really good at trading resources. And so that's something we're going to put into effect just immediately moving forward into new alliance games.
That's awesome. I wish that we did a lot of trading resources, but especially by mid game, we had compensated for where we were having shortcomings, and so not as much trading was happening. But that's a really great idea.
Yeah.
One of the things that I learned, there was a couple of things that were really big for me, and one was, and we'll get into it a little bit later, I'm sure, but the importance of being able to spot naval landing, and the ability, if you can get a landing, to hold it on the ground, is pivotal if you're going to do and make any kind of offensive movement, just because of the power of killing embarking units.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was the downplay of popularity as a factor. So I know that going in, we've looked at popularity as this incredibly important thing. It is, especially in 500 games, which is what we have played in the past. And I know the committee had a big hand in developing that understanding for the whole alliance.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure every single one of us were on the most dreaded list, and it wasn't like we were just declaring war left and right. There were, I think, 2 attacks total on AI, and they were misclicks.
Yeah.
In the whole game, and we were all at one point or another, including